breaking the wall of inequitable education. Hemanshi Galaiya, Falling Walls Lab, Australia.
Every morning, 850 million students join classrooms like this, where for most, a textbook is their only learning resource. Such outdated and limited education practices fail to equip students with the skills required to join an effective future workforce. In Kenya, for example, 95% of classrooms, nearly 10 million students, learn STEM purely theoretically. By the age of 12, this lack of practical engagement translates into a disconnect between the classrooms and the real world, making them steer away from these critical pathways. Ultimately, this diminishes the global talent pool required to solve big challenges like climate change and poverty. Investigating literature on STEM pedagogies and through interviews with educators and students, my research identified 3 primary causes of educational inequalities in countries like Kenya. First, STEM subjects are taught in isolation, presenting a broken link to its real-world applications. Second, overburdened teachers present a shortage of proactive educational reformers. And lastly, economic constraints prevent the integration of up-to-date technologies in classrooms, resulting in students being unprepared for future careers. Thus, in line with the UN's SDG for quality education, I established Young Stripes to reimagine STEM education. We leverage input from experts and industry to craft hands-on and experience-driven STEM education programs that empower students as early as age 4. Using frugal science, we bridge learning gaps, allowing students to develop the fundamental skills required to become creative problem solvers, despite the lack of access to technology. Importantly, we empower local youth and present them as role models, allowing students to see these careers as rewarding, feasible opportunities in the future. And by redirecting profits from programs in affluent schools, we fund outreach in low-income areas, generating educational equity. Already, our pilot in Kenya has impacted close to 1,500 students through partnerships with examples like Google and Tech Kids Africa. And we've been named as rising impact makers. But the challenges of poor STEM education are global. We have showcased that not only is this challenge solvable and scalable, but the approaches can inspire the next generation, irrespective of where you come from. In Africa, we say it takes a village to raise a child. So join us in creating a global village where every child can have a right to an equitable education.